It's time to go balls deep.
The EA Sports College Football Headquarters podcast.
All right, today is a special episode because we have our first guest who is a stranger. We've had Antonia or Anthony's little brother on the episode. We have a buddy who we've been friends with since like junior high or high school. But now we have from the EA Sports College Football Headquarters page, OG Madden. OG Madden, say hello to the gang.
What's up, gang? How y'all doing?
All right, there we go. That is good. Wow, we're off to a good start. You didn't freeze up or anything.
Oh, so
Perfect.
so OG's from my old hood back in New York, and so he's gonna bring that energy, that
There
East
you go.
Coast energy right to the podcast. We should be in good hands.
Yeah, that's
For sure,
fantastic.
for sure.
All right, so I'm going to get things started with OG Man. I want to know a little bit about how you came to be on today. So you subscribed to our Facebook group, and it must have been right when we were first even kicking around the idea of doing a podcast because I remember getting a message from you that you just like sent
Mhm.
me and Anthony a private message like, "Hey man, I'd like to come on the podcast." So have you been guests on other podcasts before, or is this your first time?
No, actually, this is my first time, especially for college football. So
Right
it's
on.
pretty interesting.
All right, cool.
He's
Well,
not
as
a
a first
virgin
time
anymore.
podcaster, well, we got to initiate him. So I'm going to need you to take your pants off.
You got to get good and
I'll do
chubbed
that.
up
I'll do
here.
that for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sadly, this is audio only. So you're going to have to describe what's happening as these different things are inserted into your rectum.
Since we can't make eye contact, literally
Yeah.
nothing about this can be gay. So
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, with no eye contact. Yeah, that's right. That's a good call. Oh, but dude,
that's
I'm
right. It stays
staring at your name on the
fully
screen.
heterosexual no matter what happens.
Right on. Okay, so you get on the page, and just like everybody else, you're excited for college football to come out. So, since you're like an
Mhm.
outsider, somebody whose perspective is new to us, give us your
Mhm.
general impressions of the game. We've been playing for a couple months now, and what's your take?
I like it. I actually like it a lot. In fact, I like the gameplay a little bit better than Madden.
Okay, so neither
Uh,
Anthony or I play Madden. So, what are some differences that you see?
I'm gonna say the moves, like the gameplay itself.
Okay,
Um, the way it looks, how the tackles are, it looks more realistic to me.
right on.
There's not a couple of there's not bombs thrown everywhere and hail marys thrown
Oh,
everywhere. Like you got to work from the running game to like
right,
short screens, and you got to move the gameplay around. Unlike Madden that you could just throw bombs and score.
right.
Do
Yeah,
you
that's
feel
cool.
like college moves faster or slower than Madden?
A hundred
Like the
percent.
game
Even in the
speed
real,
itself?
yeah, yeah, and actually I believe you could change the game speed. I'm not 100% sure on that, but like you could moderate it, where you could make it a little bit faster or slower.
Dude, oh
Hmm.
my God. I'm an old man. I got to slow it down. I got to figure out where that setting is. Maybe I
There's a
stop
fucking
throwing.
Yeah, you
molasses
got game
setting for
specific
you,
settings.
Al.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I got to, maybe I'd stop throwing so many goddamn interceptions.
Not definitely. You also gotta check. You also gotta check your settings. Not only that,
uh,
when you play on rookie to
yeah,
Heisman, you
yeah.
understand there's a big difference. You know what I mean? Like a big
Oh,
difference in
yeah.
your gameplay as well.
Yeah, for sure. I've been playing on All American, and I run readily and I win more than I lose, and so I feel like I'm okay with that. But fuck, man,
Hmm.
to me, like the big difference in this, because the last game I played was 14, and the big difference is it
Okay,
seems like your players actually pay attention in the sense that like when your fullback goes out to make a block on a run play, he actually looks for somebody and tries to block him, and when those
that's right.
goddamn linebackers are sitting back in the zone, they're actually looking for the ball. And they
Oh
find
yeah,
it.
it's
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
So,
actually ball hogs out there.
oh yeah, that's the truth, dude. Yeah, and they all play in the goddamn Conference USA where I'm playing with New Mexico State and offline. But
Okay,
anyway,
okay.
all right. So in our online dynasty, so OG Madden is the newest member of our online dynasty. We had a couple of players quit. We decided to expand going into the new season, and OG Madden came into our dad's league. And OG, what team did you pick?
I picked Toledo.
Toledo. Okay, so our restriction is that you have to be either like a 1 or 1.5 star team, and you can't be in California, Florida, or Texas. So Toledo definitely fits that billing. But do they wind up having a pretty good season? And you were in a bowl game because you came in at the end of our season after the regular season ended. What bowl game
That's
are you in?
right.
Do you know off the top of your head?
Not off
He
the
was
top
in
of
the
my
I didn't
head.
fucking play bowl. He had me sim it this morning.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
I was busy with work, so when he advanced
Oh,
it, I really couldn't play. So,
okay.
but besides that,
Yeah. All right.
right.
We're gonna let that one slide because you're brand new to the league. But that's it, man. Two more, you're fucking gonzo.
But
All
dude,
right.
Okay,
I
Yeah.
I
think
got
his
you.
team won. I didn't look,
Oh,
but
dude, I'm
they
No,
finished
I
ten
think
and
they
three, so they
lost.
must have won.
I think they lost. We played Appalachian State or something like that.
okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
So
just saw
they
they
had.
had 10 wins. I was like, holy shit. I know one of them, they beat me. The computer beat the fuck out of me. Like 55
Uh,
to like 18 or some shit. I think they fucking were up like 35-7 early. Thankfully you weren't actually playing because then I'd have like a legitimate reason to not like you. But since it was just the computer, I'm gonna get past it. We're gonna move on, and this way, what's cool is I think next season I'm not real sure
yeah,
about
to
the
start
Mac,
afresh.
yeah, and
Yeah.
how the scheduling goes. But I
Mhm.
figure we'll probably get to play again this coming year, so that ought to be good.
Me and
Yeah, for
you.
sure. Yeah, because
Yeah,
you're
hell
playing
yeah.
in the
Plus,
Mac.
there's two or three
Oh,
other
you're pulling shit.
people
I really,
in our
I really like.
conference.
Okay, great. I really like the recruiting phase, the process of it. You understand? Like that made a
Yeah.
big change to the gameplay of college football,
Oh yeah,
of
yeah.
the game
Compared to
itself.
14, dude. Yeah, I love the recruiting. This, I like how it's more involved. I like how players have preferences because, like in our online dynasty, I'm Hawaii, and I don't have shit to
Okay,
offer, but campus lifestyle is an A plus, and so there's just a
nice.
certain number of players out there who are interested in campus lifestyle, and so that gives me a leg up. Whereas other places,
That's
it's
right.
all your guys' shit program is going to be like proximity to home is your top selling point, which I don't
Yeah.
have.
You are you
So yeah, it's
are you
interesting.
trying to are you trying to tell me that the campus lifestyle at Buffalo is not as good as Hawaii?
Well, if you're really into hot wings, then you got something. But other than that, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah, it is
mean,
not great.
dude, there's got to be
Yeah.
something going on in Buffalo. Maybe I could take everybody to the falls. Look, everybody,
Look,
it's water.
the only
I
reason
mean,
that your campus lifestyle is even a D plus instead of a D minus is because you got those folding tables for people to jump through. uh,
Speaking of that, it's really annoying that when I play my home games, one of the
yeah.
things they say during the intro is that nobody circles the
Circles the
wagons like the
wagons. Yeah.
Bulls, which really pisses me off because that's basically them just like stealing it from the Buffalo Bills. Like they
Yeah.
couldn't even come up with something
yeah.
good like on their
Yeah.
own. So it's kind of weak. I mean, that stadium is a shithole, but we're gonna turn it into something good.
Right on.
All
Right
them
on.
2-star ratings, 1-star rated colleges, they
Yep.
all shitty. But you know what?
Yep.
You gotta start from somewhere, right? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's good. It'll be fine.
All right, so OG
Yeah.
Madden, in your other online dynasties, what teams are you playing in the other leagues?
I like the 5-star teams. So the
Oh
Bama.
yeah,
I got Bama in one.
right.
You know what I mean? I got Texas in another. I got what's the other? Michigan. That's a four
Damn.
star. Yeah, I got a few leagues that I'm running.
Yeah, I would
And
imagine that. Go ahead.
my thing is with the leagues that people they come and go. Understand?
Hmm.
Hmm.
And they be taking once they take that first loss or second, that's it. They don't want to play no more.
Right,
You
dude. We
understand?
got one
So we
guy in
gotta.
our league who didn't win a single game all season, and he's
Nah, he
back
went
again
0
for
for
next season.
12.
Yeah.
I call him every morning just to make sure he's still alive.
If he's a right,
Yeah.
right?
What team was
He's a
he,
right.
Anthony? Is he South Alabama?
Dude, I
I
think
think
he
he
is.
was, or it might have been
Yeah,
Jacksonville State or one of those.
yeah. He's
Okay.
sticking around. He's gonna.
Yeah.
So I tried to figure out. I'm like, dude, why is this guy losing every game? But I think he's like basically like a varsity level player, and he's just jumping in to our league, and then he's running some kind of like crazy spread offense, and he's thrown like 40 picks this
Oh
season.
man,
So
really?
yeah,
Yep.
and I'm like,
That
bro, you got to
Oh,
like run the ball or something and just get off the
yeah,
schneid here. Stop trying to turn it over.
he
dude. If
must be
you look
But
recruiting
at,
some 5 stars.
yeah, let's hope
not at
so.
fucking
Well,
South Alabama, he's not.
he's close to Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
So
like, he's got to move to fucking Florida.
a lot of us are on that same strategy of just throw the ball as little as possible because it's too dangerous.
Mhm.
And the Heisman Trophy winner this year was one of our running backs who had like 2,000 yards or something. And
Hmm.
Nice.
like the top 10 running backs, I think 8 of them are our shitty teams.
Oh yeah,
So,
dude,
yeah, we're
we
all kind of
straight
using the
up
same strategy.
we we straight up sent football back 45 years.
Right, right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
dude,
it.
OG Madden, when you have a good team like Texas, I got to
Yeah.
assume that opens up your options and like your receivers actually get
Oh yeah,
separation
absolutely.
sometimes. Yeah.
That because the speed is a lot different compared
Yep.
because we got 5 star recruits on all high teams like Texas,
Right.
Bama, Georgia. Those are all high teams that 5 star recruits want to go to. So
Right.
of course we're gonna get better teams, bigger players, faster players. So yeah, there's a lot of separation when it comes between a 1 star team and a 5 star team.
Ah, that's
N-
nice, dude.
Yeah,
One of
now do
these
you
Yeah,
days.
big
find
difference.
the competition, the level of players that are controlling these teams is really good, or do you think that a lot of it is kind of like they got a crutch because everybody on the
I mean,
team's like an 85 or better, so
right.
guys are just making plays?
Right, they do got a clutch, of course. But the big thing is how you play. You can have a
Hmm.
5 star team and you still play garbage, or you don't know how to play. You're throwing bombs everywhere, throwing 40 picks, and most of those people that pick 5 star teams, they don't know how to play. You know what I mean? Or they do know how to play and they just want a good recruit. To be able to
Right.
Hmm.
recruit good teams. I mean, good players. So you gotta think of what's really about that. What if that player can really play? If he could
Right.
play, then keep him on your league. But if he's talking about I want to quit the first week, because I took a loss, boot that man out. He deserves the boot. Give him the boot.
Right. Okay. So on that note, Anthony and I have only played in our one online dynasty, the Dad's League. So tell me about the culture in some of the other leagues that you're in. Do people quit often? Is it what's it like? Is there trash talk? Is there a chat board?
um,
How is it?
So me personally, I don't like a lot of trash talk unless you keeping it about the game. You understand? Now,
Okay.
when you
Yeah.
disrespecting on the online or talking shit online, then what does that make you of a person? You understand? Like, so
Yeah.
I usually boot people like that. So I keep like
Okay.
people that keep it to the game, real serious about playing the game, and that's it.
R-
You know what I mean? You don't have to bring up, kids, wives, family, and all that stuff. You understand? When you're just
Hmm.
playing the game at the end of the day, you get what I mean? So as
Yeah.
long as you respect, then I usually keep those people into my leagues. You understand?
Right on. Right on.
Sure.
All right. So you've also played, your name is OG Madden. And my first
Hmm.
assumption with a name like that is that you took that on when John Madden took up his sponsorship for Tough Actin' Tenactin. And like you probably had a little fungus problems. And so you're like, oh, that's my guy. But that
Well, let me
aside,
let me spray on let me spray on some tough acting and acting.
that's right. Boom. All
There
right. So
goes OG
anyway,
Madden.
yeah.
Hmm.
So you do you also play Madden online and like online franchises?
I do play Madden. I got a couple of Madden franchises as well.
Okay.
Um, they're very fun.
Hmm.
Same thing with the college. You understand? Keep it in moderation. Um, and for the most part, they last pretty long. You understand? Just like college, as long
Okay.
as you're able to, as long as you're able to moderate, your crowd, then you good.
Right.
You should be A1.
Right. Do you
So
find that there's a cultural difference in the people who play 14 or NCAA versus Madden, or is it really just totally individual?
I could say it's totally individual, but I say
Okay.
there's a more cultural difference of age difference when it comes to college and Madden. I feel like there's more adults on the college than on the
Huh.
Madden.
You know,
Okay.
I would guess that too,
Yeah.
especially
I'm
since
gonna tell you
for
why, because it's
college.
Go ahead.
right.
Tell us
We
why.
haven't got a game. We haven't got a game since 14.
Hmm.
Sure,
So, and
yeah,
most of the OGs, right, that been playing, football, were all younger back then. You know what I mean? So we was
sure, yeah,
Yeah.
able to relive that 14, and we wanted to look forward to. We didn't have another game to, till now. So
Yeah.
looking forward to having that was more important to us, the OGs of the game, rather than the youngsters, because they never really experienced the 14 or anything like that. So this is like
Yeah.
a
That's a
brand
really
new
good
game
point.
for them. This is like a
yeah.
brand new
That's
game to them comparing to us OGs. We was looking forward to that, you know?
Right.
shit.
Right.
Some of us were looking forward to it for like a decade. So, like, I
Right.
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like when I started hearing it was coming back, like it was just a rumor,
Right.
and
Yes, me too.
w- yeah, we were just kind of in that like limbo for. I mean, it seemed like forever. Like, oh,
Yeah,
it's coming back, and then it wouldn't be, and it's coming back, and then it wouldn't be, and then
right.
it kind of started to really pick up steam. And then, like, I noticed on our page, like, the average age of people joining was like 40 years old. And so I was like, oh,
Adults,
okay,
yeah,
these are my peeps. Like, these are my
Right.
peeps.
Right.
It
right.
ain't a bunch of kids. It's all a
Right.
bunch
It's
of
more
guys like
mature.
me, yeah, who
Right.
grew up playing the same game, and then they were missing it, and so now they're coming home. And so, man, it's
Exactly.
good because we got so many
Exactly.
people on our page that kind of get it, man. Like that. It's more than just like a nostalgia. This is
Right.
their game, 100%. Like they're like fuck Madden, like from day one. They're like they're like fuck that game because that game for them, they've been playing it year after year after year. It's kind of tired, where this
Right.
has a fresh feeling. Even today, after now playing for a few months, it still feels fresh.
Hmm.
Yeah, it feels great. It feels
It
great.
does.
And to be honest with you, the recruiting process of building your team from square one,
Yeah.
even with a one-star team all the way to the five, is even way much more challenging and better, and keeps the game more interesting and alive. You
Hmm.
understand?
Oh,
And I feel like they
absolutely. It's
should
I,
focus
satisfying.
more. I feel like they should continue focusing on that. You understand, in regards to building on recruiting and actually putting different features and making the game more alive. You understand, and you're gonna have
Absolutely.
plenty more people coming into the college
yeah,
Right.
football.
I definitely I couldn't agree more. I think recruiting is like the heart of
Yes,
the college
franchise,
football
the dynasty. Yeah,
franchise. The dynasty mode is that almost every single person, the thing, if you ask them what do you like the most, it's the recruiting. It's
yes,
they want to build their own team. They want to get that
that's right.
five-star guy, or they want to find
Hmm.
that three-star gem, and people
Yeah.
really like they remember like their best recruits and like the
Oh
careers they
yeah.
had. And like,
Hmm.
I mean, there's people that literally will go make a fake ass jersey and hang it up in like their guest room and shit for like some fake ass guy that they recruited, like and retire his jersey. Like, oh, nobody's ever wearing 82 again because
That's right.
it's shit like
Right.
that. And I mean, come
I'm
on, you
about to
gotta love
retire
that.
now.
Yeah, you
Of
gotta
course,
love that, man.
of
Yeah, that
course,
is
of
cool.
course,
Yep.
for
All right.
sure.
So before we get out of here, OG, couple of questions just about your background. Where are you geographically? Like, what town are you in?
I'm located in NYC, Brooklyn.
And no, New Okay, yeah, I've heard of that. Is that your hometown or is that just where you wound up?
That is my hometown, born and raised. Yes.
Look at that, New Yorker through and through. So are you Yankees or Mets?
I'm a Yankees fan.
Okay, yeah, that makes
Awesome.
sense.
Hmm.
Dude, you use Michigan and Texas. You like the Yankees. Yeah, that all checks
Yep.
out.
Giants fan all the way too.
Oh, Giants. Okay. All right. So what about college football? Like, who do you support in college football?
Well, I do like Michigan. I think
Okay.
Bam is doing their thing this year. You
Mm-hmm.
know. I also think I'm surprised Colorado's still in there. You know what I mean? I can't forget them sleeper teams. So they're
Sure.
about 4-1 right now, or something like that. They're doing their thing. Shout out to
Right.
them. You
Yep. And
know.
don't sleep on UNLV this year from Anthony's in my hometown.
Oh, that's right.
Okay,
UNLV's
Yeah.
boat racing
Yeah.
people right now,
Yeah.
dropping
Hey,
like
all right, all
50
right.
on teams.
incidentally, you mentioned Colorado. In our online dynasty that you just joined, Dion got fired this year.
No way.
Yep.
Yeah, Coach Prime is
Yeah.
looking
That
for a
is
job.
hilarious.
Yep. Good times.
That's
All right.
hilarious.
So before we get out of here, I got to give a shout out to our sponsor. We are back with the He Held On Foundation, and let me get to the copy here. The He Held On Foundation Senior Citizen of the Week is Carmine DiBenedetto of Omaha, Nebraska. Carmine's family came to the He Held On Foundation with little hope of fulfilling his bucket list. They worried that Carmine's late stage Parkinson's disease would mean he would never live his dream of going base jumping. But the He Held On Foundation never lets the elderly give up on their dreams. Thanks to your generous financial support, the He Held On Foundation was able to rent a Kroll K10,000, the world's tallest freestanding crane. Carmine's heart was full as he was released from the crane, and he must have decided that this was the happiest he could be in the short time he had left on Earth because he never even opened his parachute.
Man,
Yeah.
we should all
Yep.
be so lucky.
Ain't that the truth? Yep, doing that good work, man. The He Held On Foundation. So yeah, keep those donations rolling in, and thank you guys for your support. Thank you, OG Madden, for coming on the episode today.
For sure.
And
Thank you. I
yeah,
appreciate
you
it.
got it. All right, and that is all we got. So take care, guys. We will catch you next time.